Hello, it's really good to see you today. This video is a little different. I wanted to make you aware of some things that I've recently been educated on. These are things I did not know, and I was very shocked to find out these things. And I felt compelled after I was sufficiently educated by some commenters, some people who imparted their wisdom to me. I felt compelled to spread the information to you. I think these things are going to be kind of shocking. So hopefully you're sitting down and you're comfortable. I have become aware of the fact that things that I had thought since I was a little girl were triggers for ASMR, even before I knew what ASMR was, even before it had a name. I mean, all the way back to the 70s when I first experienced what came to be known as ASMR. All the things that I knew to be triggers are not. I know that goes against everything you may believe. These things are actually not triggers of ASMR. And I know this is a fact because I've been told in comment sections of some of my videos that these things are not triggers. So what we're going to do, I have made a little stack of cards here. We have 14 things here. They are all lies. They are all myths. And we're going to go over them one at a time. And on the back of each card, I have written a comment that pertains to that particular non-trigger. And I'm going to read it to you. And just so we're clear as to what these triggers are individually, I'm going to show you a little example of each of the 14 triggers. Okay, and the first one, the first trigger, non-trigger, that has been pointed out to me, is tapping. Now, I know a lot of you may think that this triggers your ASMR. It actually does not. And I'm going to read the comments to you. I'm going to do this with each one. I wish you would cut down on the tapping of objects. I noticed that you are doing it a lot more lately, like a nervous tick. Please stop, or at least cut down on the tapping. This has been very educational for me. An example of this might be this here. This is a mold, like a plastic mold that came out of a shoe, you see? So what I would do, and there are all different kinds of things that you can tap on. You could tap on a little piece of plastic like this. Very gently. Of course, you don't want to apply too much pressure, but it doesn't really matter anyway because this does not actually trigger ASMR for anyone. I can't believe I was so foolish for so long. So you could use something like this, or even this, which came out of the same new shoe. It's just a little piece of paperboard or cardboard. It has two sides to it. One side has this glossy finish, and the other side is more of a matte finish, and they actually sound slightly different. That's the matte finish. The glossy finish. There's a very slight difference. And I want to thank the person who made me aware that I've been tapping way too much lately. I'm very ashamed of myself. Or you could even tap on something like this. This little silver case. It's like it's like a little case that you could put your cards in or something. Actually, it doesn't. There we go. See, on the inside, you can put your little cards and things in here, like a little wallet. So you could even tap on something like this. It has a plastic cover over it. And now that I know that I've been tapping way too much, I will take that under advisement. This is not ASMR. Totally not. this works for no one. There are all kinds of tappable objects. If you're thinking of making ASMR videos, you shouldn't tap on them because it's not ASMR. That's the first thing. Alright. The second thing is a little bit more broad, I guess. A little more vague. Whispering. Number 2 is whispering. And I've had several people tell me this is not ASMR. And this one particular comment that I wrote on the back, someone told me, when you whisper, you make me nervous. So that means that whispering is not actually ASMR. So if you hear anyone whispering in a video, or if you've ever heard of a very, very popular ASMR YouTuber who has whispering in their YouTube name, it's a complete fallacy. No one is triggered by this whispering. It's absolutely false. So I cannot tell you how humbled and grateful I am to have people who take time out of their day to tell me that these things don't actually work. I've been fooling myself to think that whispering would ever trigger ASMR in anyone. So I'm very happy to know the truth now. There are all kinds of things that you can whisper about. You could do a whisper ramble. You could do a whisper show and tell, like a magazine or a sales circular or anything like that. None of those things work. So that's probably something that needs to stop being a thing that everyone does on YouTube. If you want to be an ASMR YouTuber, you really need to stop whispering. So that's number 2. And related to that, we have soft spoken. So I shouldn't whisper and I shouldn't speak softly. Really, all that's left is shouting into a megaphone, and it's going to take a little while to get used to that. But I think that's going to just have to be the way it is. So soft spoken is not ASMR. It is not. You may have believed that it was. You may have heard that it was. That it actually would help trigger that for people. It does not. And then one of the comments I got was, your soft-spoken voice sounds condescending. I realize you don't mean it to sound, I realize that you don't mean to sound that way, but to me you do. And I totally get your point. I totally get that. I need to find a way to strain that sound out of my soft-spoken voice. Sometimes my condescension, I guess, just creeps in there and I don't even realize that it exists. I apologize. I will try to sound more humble. But I can't do it in a soft-spoken voice, so I'm going to have to find a way to shout without the condescension in the future, and I promise I will work on that. So anything that is soft-spoken is not ASMR. These things have really just shaken me to the core. I never, my whole life has been a lie up to this point. It's quite shocking. But soft-spoken, this is not ASMR. Another thing that is not ASMR, number 4, is show and tell. This could be anything from like a collection of some sort. It could be a jewelry collection. It could be a stamp collection. It could be a shopping haul. Like if I go shopping and then I show you the things that I buy, that's not ASMR at all. It is not relaxing in any way. It is not something that people enjoy watching. One of the comments I got, and I just got this one a couple days ago, you spend way too much money shopping. I thought you were different from other women, but you're not. So that has been, there are actually 2 levels to this comment. First of all, I spend too much money shopping, and I'm like all other women, and apparently that's bad. The tone of the comment leads me to believe that this person thinks that it's bad. that I'm like other women. I guess other women are bad. Not really sure. But show and tells and shopping hauls are not relaxing. They are not a good trigger. So say I go to a store and I buy too much, since that's what I do. I spend too much money. If I were to bring those things home and then show them to you, that is not a trigger. So say I went to a store and I bought this soap right here. Oops, no tapping. This is not ASMR. No tapping on the items. No showing you the items like this soap. This is a liquid hand soap. It's all make believe, and it is champagne scented soap, and it's just beautiful. It has Marilyn Monroe's picture on it. It has a little pump up here. This is not going to work if you are looking to trigger your ASMR. You're going to have to look elsewhere because this is not what this is. So if I were to buy this, I should not show it to you. So I am not showing it to you now. This is me not showing it to you. I also couldn't show you my other items, like this beautiful thing. Look at this. Oh my God. This is from Steve Madden. And it's actually, I'm not sure if it's a headband or not. I think it is. But I'm going to wear it as a choker because I think that would just be a really cool choker. And that may be what it is. I'm not sure. But I can't show you that. I also should not show you this. These are some other chokers, and these are individual necklaces. I cannot tell you about the multiple lobster claw clasps on the back. Right here you can see the different necklaces that are all held together with this tape. So all this does is illustrate the fact that I spend too much money when I shop, and I'm like all other women, which, as we know, is a terrible, terrible thing. Women are not something to aspire to copy. So I can't show you that. I can't show you these cool little Star Wars guys. Look at that. Oops. Just out of habit, I tap on the package. They're right. It's like a nervous tick. And it's very distracting, and I shouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These are hard habits to break. I've been doing this for over 2 years. It's going to take a little while to get used to this new normal. So I can't show you that. I also can't show you my really cool new sunglasses that I got, which is very depressing because I love them so much. They are mirror sunglasses. I got these the other day at Dee Dee's discount for $3.99, which is entirely too much because, as we know, I spend too much money when I shop, and doing show and tells just illustrates that point. So you can't see these. You also can't see my new hats that I also got for $3.99. I'm not showing you this. There's a little piece here that says made with Max Love heart. This is a Max Love knit hat, and I can't show you that. And I also can't show you these. I bought these gloves. They're exfoliating bath gloves. I use these all the time instead of washcloths. There's a crinkle to this package, but you're not allowed to notice that. That's a bonus. That's a bonus non-ASMR trigger. I forgot to make a card for that one, but lots of people have informed me that crinkling is definitely not ASMR. I know. I'm as shocked as you. I was not aware of this. This has been enlightening, truly enlightening to me. It's almost a religious experience to realize how off the mark I've been about all these things for so long. I want to thank those who have taken time out of their day to explain to me how very wrong I've been about these videos. Thank you so much. So you are not looking at this item that I spent too much on. Now that is show and tell, which is not ASMR. There's nothing relaxing or tingle inducing about any of those things. Number 5 is scratching. Now there are multiple items that you can scratch on, just like tapping. You can tap on different things and they sound different. When you scratch on different items, they also sound very different. Let me read you the comment before I show you some examples of what is not ASMR. The one comment I got right to the point. The comment said, "Stop scratching on everything. You're not a damn cat." Bless your heart. You're right. I'm not a cat, and I have no business scratching on things because it doesn't work. Now, when you scratch on things, there are different items that you can try. Like, we have this pillow here. Now, when you scratch on a pillow, it can sound one way. No one likes this noise. It is most unpleasant, and it is definitely not ASMR. This is scratching on a pillow. It's absolutely dreadful. So you can scratch on a pillow, or you can get really creative and try something like this. This is a sparkly purse. Now this sound is going to be very different, but it is also terrible. We are not cats. We should never do this. I see that now. This purse has these gold pieces that are sewn on individually, and interspersed in there are these gold beads that are strung together and sewn onto the purse separately. And I have no business scratching on any of it because, as I said before, I am not a cat. It doesn't induce any tingles anyway. Everything we have believed is a lie. So this is scratching. And those are just 2 items. There are hundreds of items that you can scratch, and you should scratch none of them. Number 6 is hand movements. And you can use hand movements in any video. Recently, I had thought of doing a no makeover where I don't actually put any makeup on you. We're just going to do gentle hand movements around your face. Like this. And I could maybe caress your face, give you a little light massage perhaps on your neck and shoulders, and just brush your face. But as we know now, hand movements are not ASMR. That is not a trigger for anyone. And here's the comment. One of the comments that I've received about it: your hand movements are stiff and awkward. Use more lotion. Your skin is very dry and unattractive. And again, we have a commenter here who has really gone above and beyond the call of duty as far as I am concerned, because not only have they taken time out of their day to inform me that my hand movements are stiff and awkward. They also let me know that I need to put more lotion on my dry and unattractive skin. I had no idea. I didn't realize it was so bad. So it was a real blessing for you to tell me that. Who knows how ashy and dried out and lizard-like I would have become if you hadn't told me. Thank you for that. Especially with winter coming. Oh my goodness, I would turn into that thing from the Lord of the Rings. We can't have that. So hand movements are definitely not a trigger. And everyone just needs to stop. And I need to use more lotion. That may or may not apply to everyone who makes ASMR videos. Reading. This is number 7. Reading. And this is not a trigger at all. One of the comments I received was, I hate videos where you read. I can do that myself and don't care to sit and watch you do it. You are absolutely right. You definitely have a point. I totally see that. Of course, it wouldn't be a trigger if it's anything that you can do yourself, like applying makeup or showing someone how to do something or shopping. I can totally see where that would never be a trigger for anyone, and I apologize for my oversight. So if I were to sit and pick up something like this package here, if I were going to read this to you, this is no trigger for anyone. Like if I were to read the instructions on here for using the exfoliating gloves, wouldn't work for anyone. To use, add cleanser and use circular motion to rub skin on face and body. After use, hang gloves on suction cup to dry. By adding exfoliation to your daily skincare routine, you can assist this natural process and encourage newer, better-looking skin, which I now know I need since I'm slowly turning into a dragon. So it's a good thing I have these, although I shop too much and spend too much money and shouldn't have bought them to start with. So reading is out. Those of you who think you enjoy reading, you're completely wrong. Number 8 is an Audible Whisper. I've only made maybe 3 Audible Whisper videos, 3 or 4 out of over 700, and I realized that that is entirely too many. That is an extremely high percentage of the total number of videos I've made, and I'm very sorry. The comment I got that I wrote down was, please don't make any more videos with inaudible whispering. It makes me extremely anxious. I imagine it bothers others as well. I imagine it does. There are probably thousands and thousands of people that I have bothered with my 3 or 4 inaudible whisper videos, and I'm very sorry. So if you hear something like this, that is totally not ASMR. That's not a trigger for anyone. All it does is bother people. And I would assume if you're making ASMR videos, you are certainly not doing it with the intention to bother people. But you actually are. You really are. And I realize that that is all I have done. And I need to stop. Because I've made too many already. The damage is done. And I will just have to live with myself for what I have done to people. I am very sorry. I actually thought it was good. I thought it was a good trigger. It's not. So thank you for the people who took the time to tell me that. I will remember that, and I will speak clearly in the future. Number 9, up close whispering is definitely not good, although this one may have just been directed at me personally. So that is when you get really close to someone and you like, if I were doing your eye makeup and I got really close to you and I was just doing like this, maybe showing you that I was going to use the liquid eyeliner and just really put it up there like that. But I get really close to your face. That is not good for an ASMR video, and it's completely inappropriate. But as I said, it may only be directed at me based on the comment that I received, and I got this one about a week ago. Your face is too wrinkled to be close to any camera. So that may only be directed at me. So some of you younger, less wrinkly ASMR people may be okay for now, but later on maybe not. So number 9 is not cool. You cannot do up close whispering. I guess maybe after you're over 40. I'm 44, so I'm definitely beyond the cutoff point for up close whispering. So with my face, I need to back up away from the camera. So thank you for telling me that. And then number 10 on our list of non-ASMR triggers, we have gum chewing. Gum chewing, and this could be incorporated into any number of different types of videos. You could use it in a show and tell, a shopping haul, a makeover, really anything, just a ramble video. You could use it in whispering or soft spoken, really anything you want. Gum chewing is extremely versatile. It's very very useful and very wrong. You could use it in any type of video, like I said, but if you use it in any video, it will not be ASMR anymore. One of the comments I got was this one: gum chewing makes you look like trailer trash, which isn't a good look for you. Now, in my defense, I think I've only made maybe 2 or 3 gum chewing videos. Not for any reason, really. I just haven't made that many. But now that I'm aware that it makes me look like trailer trash and it's not a good look for me, I guess some people can pull that off, but not me. I know now that this is completely inappropriate for an ASMR video. It's not something that can be done. So if you want to make a video, you would never take this piece of double bubble gum, take it out of the wrapper. See, we're heading down a bad path here. Take it out like that and put it in my mouth. It's very hard to chew, which should be a sign to me that it's not a good idea. I'm not sure if this also includes eating sounds or if it's only gum. I really don't know. So if I'm making a video for you and I'm chewing gum, just keep in mind there's nothing triggering about that. So even if I whisper to you and chew gum, it works for no one. Like if I So the gum has to go. If you ever want to make ASMR videos, you have to remember not to do these things, because people will be kind and they will tell you that they're not ASMR either. Number 11 is writing sounds. So that could be anything from scribbling on a file folder, or writing in a notebook, or just whatever. And this person got right to the point. If they just don't beat around the bush, they said writing sounds are not, and they put "not" in all caps. Writing sounds are not relaxing. Please stop. I think that's our first please. So I do appreciate the manners. Writing sounds are not relaxing. Please stop. So, say we have this notebook here, and we turn to a page. And there are different ways you could do this. I can have the camera really up close on the paper and just write things. This is actually not a very good example of writing, but you get the idea. There is never any time that you could do that would work. So if you're thinking about making a video where there's any writing, you need to remove that before you get started, or it's not going to go well. Number 12 is typing sounds, where you say a keyboard of some sort, typewriter, whatever. You shouldn't do this, and here's why. Your typing sounds like a baby having a temper tantrum. Learn to do it quieter before making another typing video. So unless you want to sound like a baby having a temper tantrum, you have to be very careful if you do want to include typing in your video. Personally, I would recommend avoiding it because you could accidentally hit a key a little bit too hard, and just you're going to traumatize people, and you really shouldn't do that, because it's not nice to do that to people. So say you have a keyboard. This is a real problem for me because I own almost 30 keyboards, although honestly this one I think is my favorite. I own a bunch of different keyboards that I only have for making videos. I haven't used them all. I have quite a few that I have not used, and I know now that I bought them for no reason. See, I find these in thrift stores for $1 or $2 each, and I bring them home and I cut the cord off, and I'm not going to use it. It's just for the sound effect. So in a sense, I have ruined the keyboard. It's no longer actually useful. See, the cord is gone. I only bought it to make videos, but I know now that was a complete waste of money. There is nothing relaxing about the sound of a keyboard, ever. There's nothing you can do with the keyboard that's going to sound nice. So if you want to type, I know now though that sounds like a baby having a temper tantrum. In my defense though, in my real job, in my day job that I do 40 hours a week, I do a lot of typing, and I can actually type 92 words a minute. So maybe because of my speed, I type a little differently than I should for videos, and it's just a habit I've been doing for 17 years. I've worked for the same company for 17 years, and I've done a lot of typing. It seems to me, though, that it would have come up on my performance evaluation by now. But that's neither here nor there. This is not a trigger. If I do plan on using a keyboard in the future, I'm going to have to make sure I learn to type quieter. Thinking maybe I could just do it in another room and hope the sound will travel sufficiently to reach the microphone. Maybe then it will sound like a better behaved baby having a temper tantrum. One can hope. This is thoroughly unacceptable and inappropriate for an ASMR video, and I apologize for all the videos that included typing. I'm really sorry. So there's that. Number 13, bitchiness. Oh, the bitchiness. Bitchiness. I know that bitchy ASMR, or as I came to call it by mistake, ASMR, is not everyone's cup of tea. That's what I thought. But actually what I've been told is that it is no one's cup of tea. No one finds it entertaining or relaxing or tingle-inducing or anything else. Here's a comment about it. When you act bitchy, you are just showing your true self. You just lost a subscriber. And so I guess that person is gone now, although they did go on to comment on another couple of videos a couple of weeks later, so maybe they don't know how to unsubscribe. I'm not really sure, but you're probably right that I really am a bitch, and I just don't know. Certainly no one can act a part without actually being that way, which means a lot of actors have killed people. And that's really sad. That makes me sad. Bitchiness is no good. Bitchiness is something that I can bring out by maybe changing one thing about myself, and then I will look at you and I find all kinds of things wrong with you. Look at your hair. You really want me to do something with that? First, you need to do something about the jacked up roots you got going on here. I cannot do a makeover that will cover that up. Okay, you need to get down to a real salon. You need to see a real professional, because God knows you need professional help. And you come walking up to me like you think I'm going to fix everything. I'm not a magician. And at this point, it's almost like you need a faith healer. You are beyond my science. So go seek help. No one likes that. Nobody wants to hear that, because all it does is make you aware of the fact that deep down I'm really a bitch. I'm really a terrible person. And I'm a female. That's not allowed. You can smile and you can be pleasant. There shouldn't be anything else there. So we need to keep that carefully hidden, or I'm going to lose more subscribers, and I really don't want that to happen. So I'm glad that I now see that. I'm glad that I understand that bitchiness is not something anyone enjoys. So I'm really sorry I've subjected you to that. I probably have 25 bitchy videos, way too many. Out of 700, that's entirely too many, and I'm very sorry. And the final one that I have for you is number 14, role plays. And I have done quite a few of those. I will admit, I'm sorry. I do them because I love doing them. They're a lot of fun. And I do understand that they're probably not very tingle-inducing. They're not ASMR exactly, but I love doing them. I'm really sorry that so many people are forced to watch them. It occurs to me that maybe I should mention in the in the titles that they're role plays, so they won't click on it and watch the whole thing by mistake. That's probably something I should do. I just now thought of that. I need to do that. I need to make sure, because I don't ever put in the title what my videos are. So it's totally understandable that people keep watching role plays without realizing that they're watching role plays. Okay, this is all about self-improvement. This is about making things better for everyone. But role plays are not ASMR. There is no way you can make a role play video and have any triggers that will actually work for anyone. And here's the comment. One of the comments I got about a role play that I did, and this was on a Sparkly Friend role play. Nobody gets tingles watching you play a skank. Get a life. And you were exactly right. I need to do that, because you're right. No one wants to see that, and I really do need to get a life. But I do want to point out that that is not the only role play I ever do. There are others. I guess maybe they have names for those people as well. And I would not call Charity a skank. You know, she's sparkly. She's not skanky. There's a big difference. Other role plays are out there too, you know. Like we could have Harvest come along. Harvest would want to talk to you for a minute. I would like to say something on behalf of all woke moms. When you do these role plays, I'm sure you're doing your best. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're doing the best you can do, but sweetie, you need to understand, role plays just cause cancer. You're gonna get cancer. And your children will get it. They will catch it from you because it's contagious with someone like you. No offense. Like I say, I'm sure you're doing your best, but unfortunately, your best is not good enough. No one appreciates someone who makes role plays. So really, you need to focus more on your children. You need to spend more time with them. Maybe work in the garden together. Of course, you have your garden. Your garden? You go out and you should spend time. You don't have a garden? You've already got cancer, you know that? You already got it. You've already got cancer. Making these role plays is just going to make things worse. Okay, I'm going to go sniff some soap, and I'm going to try to calm down. But there's not much more I can do for you. I'm really sorry. It's been nice knowing you. You might want to make amends with your friends and family if you have any, and say your goodbyes, because I'm afraid you don't have long. Namaste. So those are the 14 things that I've been told recently are not ASMR triggers. And once I had time to really sit down and think about it, I took several days and thought about it and kind of digested everything. I knew what I had to do. I knew what had to be done. We would need to talk about these things so that you will know when you're looking for videos to watch, these are things you need to avoid. Anything you experience watching videos that incorporate any of these things is a lie. It's not real. It's synthetic. I don't know what you're experiencing, but it's definitely not ASMR. So in the future, you need to avoid that. I need to avoid that. We all need to avoid that. And I want to send out a special thank you to commenters who took time out of their day to enlighten me in this way. It's truly a blessing, and I thank you so much for everything you do. I'm sure you've all unsubscribed, so you'll never see this, but maybe somebody will see it and tell you. Thank you so much for watching, even though all my videos are not ASMR, I appreciate you watching anyway. Thank you for that. And I hope that you have a wonderful, tingly day.